So it started out pretty much like a normal protest. Like before in the night it had been sort of a party, and I think they were giving out glow sticks and stuff, and it was sort of like more upbeat. And then as the protesters were leaving, all of the sudden cops were like yelling and sort of aggressive, and they pulled out pepper spray and started like spraying down the crowd, and then things sort of escalated really quickly. There was a big crowd of people. I remember I was actually standing directly behind Maya Little and a group of her other like close friends. And so it was like me, Maya Little, and then the cops with their bikes. It took me a minute to realize what was happening. Since I've been to a lot of these protests, it's always something that people almost joke about. Like, you don't take it seriously, you don't really think that they're going to use their pepper spray. You see it on their belts and you just think, oh, that's, these aren't violent protests, that's not gonna happen. And so I sort of I heard them start spraying it, and then I felt it, and it took me a minute before someone started yelling, oh, they have pepper spray, that I actually realized what was happening and that I had been pepper sprayed. I was there working on a class project, so I definitely, just speaking for myself, I wasn't really posing a threat to anyone, and no one that I saw in my immediate surroundings were either. At that moment, it was really not violent. Then I got back that night, and me and the girl who lives across the hall from me was also there taking pictures, and we had both been pepper sprayed. And I just remember us standing in our dorm bathroom, just pouring ourselves in milk, just trying to neutralize the pepper spray and make it stop burning. Yeah, that's a really strong memory in my mind, is just how much it burned and how long it took to get off of my skin, and how my skin was still red and burning for days afterwards. And my family, they all know that I'm super involved in photographing these protests, and so I told them right after it happened, and they were kind of shocked. I think at first they thought that I was joking, because they didn't really expect that to happen. And so when they heard that police had actually taken to using pepper spray and that I had been involved in that, yeah, they were super surprised. But I remember at Thanksgiving, my uncle, we were going to the grocery store, and he just he's typically more conservative. He doesn't really talk about his political beliefs, but I sort of know where he stands. And I just remember him very quietly saying, now, did I hear that you got pepper sprayed at a protest? And I was thinking that he was about to go off and lecture me that I shouldn't be there and that I shouldn't do this. But then his response was just really affirming, and that I had done the right thing to be covering this. And even if I had been there protesting me, he said that he would have supported me, and that I don't know, that was very encouraging to hear, because I didn't really expect that response from him. Honestly, I've thought about that night a lot since then. It's really had a huge impact on my life in ways that I didn't think it would. Made me realize that the stakes are a lot higher than they may seem when you're just sort of hearing about it on Instagram or whatever. It made it a lot more real.